Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 video. This is going to be a live match here, but I'm going to be casting it after the fact. So let's see what we got here. We got Cursed Plateau and we got a TVP. Not my favorite map for Terran versus Protoss in that I don't like it when Protoss takes a fast expand. And just because it usually puts them ahead of me. And this is a really easy map to fast expand on. They got that ramp at the bottom of their natural that is really easy to throw down some force fields and totally stuff my timing push. Plus if they go expo early, my timing push doesn't even quite work as well unless they also tech hard, because they can get a lot of gateway units off of that expansion. Anyways, so last video I threw out a question there. It was, maybe I should bring that up while I'm doing this. It was I was caught in a spot where I had lots of money and I had lots of production and orbital command and a bunch of starports. However, I had no SCVs and I was heavily supply capped. So I asked what were two effective ways I can spend my money in that spot without actually suiciding to get myself unsupply capped. And two of you came up with the answer, and delay for time as... I'm bringing it up because I want to give credit to the people who actually said it first. So Mr. Pac-Man00 said put tech labs everywhere at the starports just in case they snipe your starports later. Yeah, that's the way to delay the game, and that's basically my idea. I was going to actually just throw down tech labs to block expansion spots. But you can also hide tech labs in corners and stuff to just give yourself an extra couple minutes if it comes down, if the game comes down, that sort of end game. And then, let's see, Philly Cheesesteak 2010 said, call down mules to repair. That's definitely what I should have done. I had some injured ravens. I had an orbital command full of energy. I mean, may as well just get those ravens back to full health just so they don't get sniped. Like I think his last infestor took one of the ravens. So those were the two ideas I was thinking of, although MM1B10 also said I should spend the money on prostitutes, which is also good. They don't have medics in Starcraft 2, but ghosts often can be women. And if they're not that good looking, you can just ask them to cloak their face. I'm sure they won't be offended by that. Anyways, let's pay attention to the match here. Yeah, use my new fast expand build versus Protoss, where it's 15 command center, 9 supply depot, 15 command center, and then I go barracks, refinery, and barracks, and that allows me, once I cap in 19 of 19, to have my barracks done to throw into an orbital supply. Orbital command center.
Additional supply depots.
And then you just kind of pump from your two barracks and your two command centers. Once your second command center is done, you want to make your engineering bay. Which looks like I'm a little late on here. There we go. Because that should time it pretty well for once you hit 150 gas, the engineering bay should be about done. And yeah, this is pretty 4-gate proof, especially on a map like this where I can create an awesome wrap like that up in the corner. In fact, I'm going to take that SCV I usually leave for auto repair. I'm going to take him away because I think I'll have lots of warning if he comes in. He's probably going to have to make that barracks float if he wants to actually bust my ramp. Against Zerg, I do a low ground bunker. I still think it's a little dangerous versus Protoss. Once it's complete with Marines in it, it's not that dangerous because it's easy to repair, but just getting it up there, I mean, you'd have to put it up before your command center is a fortress, and at that point you can definitely get sniped. So unfortunately I'm only seeing one stalker, which is not a good sign for me. That makes me believe that he's probably doing some sort of a fast expand. I mean, it could be quick tech, maybe he's just putting on a little bit of scouting pressure here while he's teching towards DTs or void rays. But whenever I don't see like early pressure, like 6-minute mark now, yeah, it's usually I often see about 3 stalkers at this point. But then again, it could be a 4-gate. Maybe he skipped his first zealot, went straight to a stalker, and then was just waiting on his warp gate tech to finish before he pushes in. Setting up this marine here just to scout the, like, against protests I like to patrol the edge of my base where there's accessible low ground to them, because I don't want to like put a pylon on the low ground and then use some sort of high ground site like a hallucination or an observer to start warping in on my high grounds. Obviously there's a weak point where I'm kind of reliant on my fortress and bunker before I have the a necessary army to actually battle him out in the open. So if he gets in my base and bypasses my fortress and bunker, it's not good for me. Seeing a good number of units right now, so that makes me feel better. Maybe this is some sort of 3-gate or 4-gate pressure.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Usually at this point I get a little bit heavy in minerals, so there's really no excuse to get supply capped. And even a moment's supply cap is just minerals that aren't being spent. I really want to spend from all 5 barracks at once.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
I get another supply depot going too now. There we go. Getting a little bit better at this macro thing. At least when there's nothing else going on, I can just concentrate on one thing alone. So it's approaching the 9-minute mark, so I want to be pushing out soon. I should probably start my concussive shell upgrade. You want to start it like right before you push out, just because, well, maybe that's what's going on in that other base there. Looks like it's just about ready to push, but he pushes in first. And he kind of walls me in here. Notice how I'm not repairing. I'm looking at that army, and there's no threat to that fortress falling. So the more damage he thinks he's doing to my fortress, the better for me, because it makes it more likely he'll stick around and keep fighting. You really don't have to be worried unless he has like a lot of zealots and stalkers, or whether he has a mix of immortals in here. And being so sentry heavy, like what does he have? 4 stalkers and 2 zealots? It's really not much of a threat. You don't want to cut it too close, because if you cut it too close, you never know if you'll like warp it in another round of stalkers and then throw down a bunch of force fields to keep you from repairing. So you don't want to get too cocky. Like usually, right before the burn, I'll start repairing. But yeah, if it doesn't look like there's any imminent threats, I just ignore the fact that he's attacking my fortress. If I did start repairing immediately, he would notice that he's never even dropping it by 50 hit points because I'm repairing so much faster than he's attacking. So he'd probably give up the attack sooner, and I don't want him to give up the attack. I want him to like start sucking on the Ibex cannon from my fortress there.
Research.
I'm probably the only one who uses the fortress so often that I actually know it's called an Ibex cannon.
You gonna give me? You want a piece of me, boy?
Someone did make a point in a previous video of mine. It's something I kind of forgot about, but something really important. If you are being attacked by immortals, make sure your fortress is not shooting at the immortal. Fortresses do 40 damage per attack, and you don't want that hardened shield knocking it down to 10. So it looks like I caught an immortal moving out, so I'm guessing his army's out in the middle somewhere, despite where the immortal is positioned. Notice I did stim and run in really quick there. That was to get in before I got hauled off. Since his army's out of position, I don't want to rally all my units across the midfield, so I'm just rallying them back to my base. He may try to turn this into a base trade. Looks like he's trying to come back. Keeping him in that choke point. If he ever tries to move up that ramp, that's when I'll engage him. And now I can even keep this choke point in between us. That wall is actually hurting him a little bit. He walled himself out. But if he did try to move up once again, I could use that choke point against him, and he was pretty rough shape there. Looks like he had a really late expo, and I took it down anyways. His pressure did not pay off, and I had a gigantic economy and lots of units on the way. And having lost his robo, that's no immortals or colossus, whatever he's trying to make from it. It was definitely spinning. Yeah, so he was in rough shape. I probably even had a good army left over at my main base that repopulated out, and I had a lot of pulled up money. I don't even know that for a fact. I'm going to say I had a lot of pulled up money because I'm Ketroc, and that's what I do. So it would have been no problem for me to throw down more production facilities in my third base, which would put him in a really rough spot. So yeah, looks like I got lucky there, and the Protoss did not go for a fast expand on Shakuris, and he really failed with his pressure. He mostly just like lost stuff to a fortress without doing any damage whatsoever. Then he got caught way out of position, and that was an easy mop-up win. So with that, we'll call it the end of this video, and check out the description for my thumbs up link of the video of the day. I don't know. Anyways, goodbye everyone.